Yo, 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 yo. What's up, what's up, what's up? Give up the rack. And hello to my fellow revolutionaries. You know who you are. And welcome to today's live stream. It is Friday, the 20th of March. Believe it. We're coming to the end, towards the end of another month of 2026. Believe it. We are in... we're fully into 2026 now. What a ride it has been so far. I feel puffed out just talking about 2026. Larp Jeff in the house over on the Twitch files today. It's good to have you, Larp Jeff. Internet friends. Hello, internet friends. There were simpler times when we used to watch stuff like that for Far Right Fridays. Hey, 4S, Larp Jeff in the house. Brother. How are we going? Hope you are well, 4IS. And to everyone else out there, if you're wherever you're watching this, if you're lurking today or not, or you're watching after the fact, hello to you. And welcome to fucking Far Right Fridays. But more importantly, yes, more importantly than Far Right Fridays, let's just take stock and recognize that it is Friday. That's right. The most important day on the working calendar. Out of those 5 days that you're supposed to give yourself in service to the economy, this is the best of those 5 because it is the eve of the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. You made it. You made it so far. Oh, yeah. Hobo Joe's in the house. Yo, yo, yo. Keen for some Far Right Fridays. YouTube is quiet today. Spend on keeping it cracking on the YouTube front. Good to have you. Extra textures. Hello. Happy Friday. Hope you are well. Hope you're all doing well. And yes, Friday. It is Friday. Why do we celebrate the eve of the weekend? Because to people like you and me, it's not just important from an economic sense. Like it really is. A lot of people do their consuming then and they tick over the economy. But. It's important because the weekend are those 2 days of freedom that you get from the clutches of capital. If you work a standardized week, but even if you don't, it sets the standard to this idea that we should have a couple of days of freedom in every 7. It's the golden standard in the capitalist world, and it's something that has been fought for and provided by through the efforts of working people around the world. They fought hard, sacrificed greatly, some of them the ultimate sacrifice, I'm sure, just so you could have a couple of days of freedom. So let us celebrate this. We don't really ever get a chance just to sit down and appreciate the stuff that we get as a class. We're always told what we're lucky for, etc., etc. But this is a true thing to be appreciative of the weekend. And a couple of days in freedom for, for the most part, you will just be, for the most of your most productive years of your life, you're just going to be in service of capital or in service to the economy, let's say. Think about that. From your late teens to when you retire and you're useless to the system at a certain point, your most productive years, most of that will be spent in service to the economy. The economy tells us. So, enjoy the days of freedom and remember where they came from. So, they came from working class struggles. People like you and me worked hard for that. So, let us pay our respects to workers past, present, and emerging. It is on our shoulders that the entirety of the modern world is built. Like I usually say, unless you're coming to me from a medieval cathedral right now, or the middle of the bush, and I know there are people that actually do that. They just listen to me while they're working in the bush somewhere. But look at all the gadgets that you have around you. All the stuff that I have around me at the moment, all the tech produced by some working person somewhere, whether that means physically or through their efforts some other way, their cognitive effort, their physical effort, whatever, working people have produced think about that, all the value, not the speculative stuff, not shares or fucking crypto coin or some bullshit like that. All the stuff that's physical, the value that you see around you, the stuff that actually is tangible, and makes a tangible difference in your life. That stuff is provided to you by working people. So let us just always once a week take stock to remember that. And we celebrate it by acknowledging the weekend and how cool that is, because that is a true working class feeling right there. And weekend. And again, even if you don't get the weekend, okay, you don't work a standardized week, it's there as a standard, and like, you know, sets the bar to what's acceptable. And so like if you don't get a weekend and you're one of the precariat out there, you have precarious employment, you work in the gig economy, hey, like many of us find ourselves in these days. If you don't, I hope if you do work on the weekend, you get compensated somehow. I don't know, time in lieu, some penalty rates, some other form of compensation. I hope that happens for you. But let's just enjoy the general vibe that is Friday. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's enjoy the vibe that is Friday. Dilemmas in the house. Welcome to the suck. I'm not sure the reference, but I'll take it. Big SA election tomorrow, so we shall see how One Nation comes out. It's looking a lot like a Labour landslide, which says a lot because they already have a lot of power. But crazy, isn't it? New peeps in the chat and YouTube. I don't know. Are there new people? I think Extra Textures has been around here before. But let us know if there's any newbies hanging out in YouTube land. Razors in the house. Yo, what's up? Capitalism categorizes people into two types, either someone below the poverty line or a rich person. Therefore, you always see that in countries representing capitalism, the rich become richer and the poor become poorer. They want to eliminate any middle class. They're definitely working on that. I think that's neoliberal policy in a nutshell. Really bringing back the good old days of proper inequality, eh? Extra textures for her pleasure. On fire today. Lemons, of course. That's why I hate capitalism. Join the party. 4AS, I'm not ready for a Pauline Australia. Love Jeff. Then say we need to aid our mates in the Middle East because it'll solve the immigrant crisis. Yes, Pauline, the issues are related. So close. So close. Hobo Joe. Not this election. We will see in the next federal cycle. Interesting. All right. Now, what have we got to serve up to ye on Far Right Fridays? Well, we have got some very interesting stuff for you lined up today. I'm sure everyone is across, or like most people that might be savvy when it comes to Australian politics, are probably across the guy known as Drew Pavlu. Seems like a bit of a, I don't know, like a young liberal style grifter or like political, I don't know, mouthpiece maybe. Kind of debates people, talks, does off the cuff kind of content here and there. It's been around for a little while. I guess, I don't know. He's got name recognition, but I don't know how influential he is on the scene. But like, yeah. But since you said ye, you have to e. What's this? What's this for us? What are we looking at here? 4AS. All right, let me have a look. I'm going to check out this thing quickly. But yeah, Drew Pavlu has done an special investigation with a guy called Pete Zed. I'm not sure if you've heard of this guy. What's this for you? Oh, because I said ye. Robots don't say ye. Let's have a look.
Fear not.
Oh, whoa. What's going on here? Why can't I hear that? Can you guys hear that?
Fear not, for I shall assist ye.
Robots don't say ye.
Relax, mammal. My robotic software shall meet your calculatory needs. What is the meaning of this symbol?
That's a plus sign, you pointy head loony. Quit thinking you're a robot.
I'll show ye.
So good. Every time I say the word ye, I think of that. I'll show ye. We can hear? Okay, good. It was just me who couldn't hear. Yeah, he seems like he's trying to be Alvy or some type of Aussie. Nick Shirley. Yes. Okay, so there's Drew Pavlu, which is like, I don't know what to compare him to in American politics, but like there's this guy, Pete Zed. Like, check out this face. I put him in the thumbnail so you know. He's like Temu Nick Shirley. That's like the best way I can describe this guy. Like look at his content, for instance. Pete Z, subscribe please, become a dingus. Like he calls his followers dinguses, I guess. And like look at his content. It's like, I joined Scientology to take it down. I exposed scammers in Hollywood. Like, you know, like really kind of cringy, like clickbait, Mr. Beast style, like thumbnails and stuff like that. But like, this is what Shirley does, goes around the world. I scammed evil companies with their own policies. And like the clickbait is like, you know, it's pretty hard on the thumbnail style. But like this is the type of stuff that he does. Like he goes to, like, for instance, goes to like, look at this. I survived India's dirtiest slums. And like, you know, he's racking up hundreds of thousands of views with this stuff. Like it's popular content, this stuff. I scammed the scammers. I tried India's hotel from hell. 287,000 views. I became a spy to get a free vacation, and he's like spying on the king, apparently. Like all this sort of stuff. And so like I think he's dipped into not just being like, you know, I'm gonna go to crazy places around the world and expose with my Western privilege and arrogance, like what the hell's really going on. Look, I tried sneaking Mr. Beast across America. So like he's an Australian kind of slop tube-ish kind of guy from an international cosmopolitan perspective. But like he's branching into like Shirley territory. Like he's exposing people. But he was going overseas traditionally by the look of it and doing that. But like recently he's come up with a hit piece on the NDIS. And so like this has gone, like by Australian standards, I would say, this has gone huge. Like he's up to 500, almost 600,000 views on this video in 11 days. And it's growing. Like I've been watching it for the last few days. And it's gone from like 400,000 views to almost 600,000 views. So it's still got traction. Like it hasn't just died. Like some things just die in the algorithm after like, I don't know, a week maybe. Might give you another bump after that. But like he seems like Australian Nick Shirley. Like, so yeah, no, yeah, like Timu Shirley. And like, I don't know if he does as good a job as Timu Shirley. Sorry, as the real Nick Shirley. And like that's saying a lot, because like Nick Shirley, like, you know, God love him, but he's a simple man. He's a very simple boy, you know, he's benevolent. And so like this guy obviously he seems to be more switched on than someone like Nick Shirley, I would say. But like he just doesn't have the backing that someone like Shirley does. Like Shirley is obviously a plant for like Project 2025 style politics. Like in the surveillance capitalist world, like traditional media is kind of, it has a very particular function now. It disseminates information. But like, you know, people like get a lot of their like propaganda though through social media. And so like, you don't just let that stuff go. You control social media to your advantage. And so Nick Shirley for like Project 2025ers is like the ultimate like social media or like surveillance capitalist propaganda vehicle, because, you know, like before they went into Minnesota, what did they do? They sent Shirley in to expose the corruption, and then like they massively cracked down on Minnesota and Minneapolis specifically, you know, trying to get rid of the evil Somali pirates that are taking over the system and rorting the system. So Shirley does the investigation. Everybody gets upset about what's going on in Minnesota or Minneapolis, and then like ICE raids, and like, you know, everyone's just like, hey, that's what you get, you stupid Somalis. And like, you know, Nick Shirley's doing the next thing now. He's going to start doing that in California. And so like this guy seems to be like wanting to get in on that cash cow. And like, I don't know who's funding this guy. Like his editing is, like he seems to have some production value behind him. Like I said, like he's just been going around the world doing this type of stuff. So somebody must back him. Maybe he's just got rich parents. I don't know. But like he's in there with Drew Pavlu, like this guy. If you've seen that face before, I'm sure you have. Yeah, like I said, that kind of washed up young liberal type. And so they've come together, joined forces, and I exposed a $4.6 billion disability fraud scheme. It's called the NDIS. And so like, that's what we're doing today. We're doing this today for Far Right Fridays. Now, some of you may be thinking, but yes, Mystery, what does this have to do with Far Right Fridays? Like, you know, you're not wrong to question that, because like, is this even right wing content? Like, is it even have anything to do with right wing politics? Or is it just like, good old fashioned investigative journalism by two concerned citizens? Now, I would suggest to you, and I haven't watched the whole piece. I did like a trial run just to see if it had legs. I watched like 20 minutes of it, so I haven't gone through the whole thing. But like, I would suggest to you that they're not going after, what does Pauline Hanson call them? They're not going after average Aussies who are ripping off the NDIS. They're going after people like this who are ripping off the NDIS. And like, even worse, people like this. Hey, they've actually got attitude. And like, look at Paul Drew here. Hey, look at him staring off into the distance. How did I get into this situation? I just wanted to be a YouTuber. And look at me. I'm stuck behind this insane ethnic type. Who would have thought? I'm also ethnic, but whatever. So like, I would suggest that this is a little bit like, it's Shirley stuff. Because, there's a racial thing going on there. Like, let's be honest. Like, this isn't just about exposing NDIS fraud and, like, calling out the government. This is just like, look at these migrants coming to your country. Hey? Fucking shit up. Stealing your taxpayer money. Don't you wish they'd just get rid of these guys? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we could do it all at one time. Clean up the government and get rid of the undesirables. You know what I'm saying? There they are. Dun, dun, dun. Look at her with her pointy finger. Hey? Who points fingers like that? So like, I don't know. Is this right wing? We're about to find out. I've missed a bit in the chat here with my little introduction. Literally Mr. B style. I hate those videos. I mean, please do something different. No, it's got to be done. I'm sorry, Razor. Like, honestly. It's Far Right Fridays, and I think like something like this is pretty instrumental in Australian politics, because like, I think this is going to have broad-ranging effects on like just like what Nick Shirley did. Nick Shirley was the thing that broke the ice on taking out Minnesota. So like, whatever. She kind of already has with the policies comment. Oh, this is about Paulie. If my spelling and grammar and today must be a right-wing kind of day after all. LOL. Doesn't sound like this guy's very benevolent. For as grifty as it seems, the NDIS stuff is popular and seems to hold some weight. Look, I'm sure it does. Like, I'm not going to stand here and argue that like people don't fucking rip off the NDIS. Like, I spent enough time in government to like just hear people talking about all the ways that they were just like scamming the system and controlling the system. Like, this stuff is ripe. But like, come on. Like I said, they're not going after like average Australians, like, as Pauline Hanson would say. Like, this guy's we're in Lakemba, we're in Bankstown. We just picked a random place to do this investigation. Lapjeff. My mates linked that in the group chat, immediately knew what I was in for. Yeah, I know. That's damning about Timu Shirley. Well, like, he kind of is. Like, you'll see it for us, you tell me. But yeah, not as good as Shirley, who also is an investigative journalist, LOL. This is like when you are racist, but you can't show that. Yeah, pretty much. It's very targeted. That's all I'm going to say. New media propaganda cash. It's only gained traction because they are immigrants. Like, this is what I'm saying, Love Jeff. Like, I'm sure this is a massive factor. Like, it's not just because people are like, oh my God, someone's scamming the NDIS and I'm paying for it. It's just like, oh, but it's a woman with a scarf who's scamming the NDIS. I knew it. Government wastage is a big deal to the right wing. Yep, I'm sure it's just the wastage part. I'm sure. Drew pushes it so much when they confront them. Look at that guy, Mystery Movement. That was the definition of the meme. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, what's going on there? Mystery mind want to fuck this guy, but he don't want to lose his peaceful mind. I've heard plenty of those stories of Whitey scamming as well. Yeah, yeah, and it happens. Like I've been around, and seen it firsthand. But like, obviously they're not going for, like, I haven't seen the whole piece. Maybe he's about to crack down. He's going to go to Cronulla and check out all the NDIS scammers in Caringbah. But like, I don't think so. But like, I'll hold that to the end. I recommend frequent skipping when it's boring. It drags a little and over explains the drama. Nah, come on. That's the best part where they're just like, oh my God, did you see that? Oh my God, look at my phone. They said this, they said this. Like, that's the best part in all of this stuff of sloppy shit. Question. Are they ethnic? Question is there waste and fraud? I'm sure these blokes are using a racial angle to garner views, but most just want the government to stop wasting money. Okay. If I have to say it again, I will say it again. I am sure, I am well aware, I have seen it myself, I've worked in government, I know that people are using this system and rorting the system. And so like that is a problem. And that is a problem. That is a criminal offense if people are fraudulently like playing the game, and like if they're acting so, they should be criminally charged. But like, is it government wastage as such, or is there more that's going on there? Just putting it out there. If you think that I am not across that there is like systematic issues here that are leaking cash, taxpayer cash, then like I will acknowledge that straight away. But like, I think it is important though, Dilemmas. Like the traction on this piece itself is definitely the framing, if you know what I mean. Hey, it's got a lot to do with it. Ding, ding, ding. It's a factor. To be fair, the angriest scammer on the right there seems pretty white. Yeah, okay, fine. Fair enough. Like in the same way that Arabs are generally considered white people, then yes, I'll take that. Hi, Franz. We're doing NDIS. I worked in NDIS for a year. Well, then you're gonna fucking know a lot about this stuff then. Hey, Ravy. Yeah, we have a Timu Nick Shirley doing NDIS. I know the ins and outs of NDIS support contracts negotiations, but well, then you can call bullshit on this if you want. Then any questions about the system, hit me up. All right, we got a girl on the inside here. It's like, instead of just NDIS fraud, if they add immigration clip, we'll go further. Yeah, but like, isn't that saying something though, Dilemmas? It's just like, oh, the fraud doesn't actually hit hard enough. You have to put the angle on top of it that it's like, hey, but they're immigrants too. Bet you they weren't even born here. Hey, assholes. I hate random pranks on people in the street. I mean, it's a stupid thing and not really funny. Also, I wouldn't be comfortable if someone filmed me without my knowledge. Yeah, I wonder how they get around this stuff, to be honest. Also, we can cross-check the BS. It's the government's not cracking down on fraud. It's the framing. If that framing sounds better. No, yeah, okay. Yeah. Like, and I agree with that. Like, so they should be cracking down on it. But like, you know what that means though, right? You know what that means? Government's cracking down on the fraud means more government resources spent on that. So like, that doesn't like, they throw more money at the problem. Oh God, it's Drew Pavlova. Yeah, Pavlova. Timu Shirley and Pavlova, the team up. In fairness to carers, sometimes the clients want to rort the system on your behalf. They have X hours per week, and if everything gets done, the clients sometimes write full time because they are nice. Yeah, fair enough. I'm sure it goes both ways. It's appealing to a broader section of people. It's just Mr. Beast Tactics 101. Yeah, but I see that's the thing though, Dilemmas. Like, if this was like legitimately investigative journalism, unpacking the NDIS fraud, then like they wouldn't put the racial angle. It'd just be about fraud. If they were like sincere. But like, they know that the type of people, as you said, that are really worried about government fraud are right-wing people. But like, what do they love even more than fucking fraud or government like wastage? of, slamming on migrants. So, like, is this even an investigation at the end of the day into NDIS fraud as much as it is a way to be like, see, we should curb migration. This is what happens. It's definitely, I would say there's equal weight almost in this. But, like, I have to watch the whole thing before I finalize my commentary on that. Where is my buzzword? Accountability, good sir. You're on the right track till you went saying, no, I'm not, it's not just that. But, like, you got to say, I would say, like, almost 50-50 of this is about cracking down on migrants. It's not really about migrants, but, like, this is tailored to a right-wing audience. This isn't like, hey, let's expose this to the whole of Australia. Everybody should know, right? From Lakemba to, I don't know, to Timbuktu. Everybody needs to know. Like, this isn't aimed at people that are living in Lakemba. Come on, bro. This is aimed at people that, I don't like what they're seeing here, if you know what I mean. Hey? I want to agree, but I feel like modern media content is turning into this. Hard to find investigative journalism without some kind of extra sprinkled on top. Got to make it spicy. Yeah, I'll agree with that too. Got to make it spicy. But the particular spice here is like, hey. Everybody's upset about migration at the moment, right? I went down a bit of a rabbit hole down the Pandora Papers. Did you know that Vladimir Zelensky was funded by an Israeli billionaire? Whoa. Isn't that interesting? No, I didn't know that. But, like, hey, they're all from the same crew, right? The Epi class. But also being worried about migration isn't a racial thing, but the maths thing. So that might make it the 50 split to 25. Fair enough. Let's argue about the numbers after we've gone down the pipeline today then, Dilemmas. Shall we? But, like, yeah, there's a science. Let me just say this. There's a science to thumbnails. And, like, how much stuff you give weight in a thumbnail is very telling to the audience that you're trying to attract. And, like, let's just say on ratio here, a little bit more prominence given to people than to signage. It doesn't even say NDIS on there. It's interesting. Or maybe they can't put NDIS there. No, they should be able to. That's not a problem. It's government. They can criticize government if they want. But also I find Drew insufferable. Oh man. Like he is, isn't he? He is. It's like, I try him to be nice, but, like, hello, is it me you're looking for? Like, what's going on there? Seriously. I think these people should be banned from traveling. If you are just a stupid person who wants to play pranks on random people in other countries to upload a video to YouTube, you're not welcome. Yeah, I wonder how other countries deal with this. Imagine seeing these people from fucking Western nations coming around and be like, I'm coming to expose fraud. What are you up to? Like, do you even live here? Do you care? Do you goddamn care? Mandatory Drew's dad yelling at him. All right, he's just like a little primer for you. Buckle up, buckaroo. As long as we don't run anyone over, I guess. That's the main thing. All right, this one's for you, Ravy baby. Let's check this bad boy out. This is Mandatory Drew watching, is it? You can't unsee this stuff, Ravy baby, so I hope you're onto something here. We cannot unwatch these things.
Make sure that I can do...
Keep your fucking profile low, okay? Before you go get a fucking job.
I don't care about a job, I'm just trying...
Fucking bullshit, I'm not paying for you this your life, dickhead.
I'm fighting for what's right, that's why...
Just keep your fucking profile down before you won't get hired by anybody.
I don't care about the squiggle line, I'm going
Who's
to...
gonna pay for Andrew?
I'm gonna be fine, I'm protesting tomorrow. I'm protesting tomorrow and I make my own money through tutoring, thanks, bye. Make sure that I can do...
Thanks, bye. And the dog's going off. Why would he film that? Get a job, hey? And the dog's yelling at him as well. Oh gosh, literally his dad yelling at him. Oh my god. All right, well, thank you. There's a primer for you. Let's have a look. All right, like, stop me where you want to. Like, you tell me if anyone's coming up with some comments, questions. I don't know if I can fill you in. Like, if you're wondering what the fuck is going on, though, the NDIS is the National Disability Insurance Scheme. It's not actually insurance. It's just like, it's a social safety net, basically. So, like, if you a person with a disability and you need some assistance, you need care, you need someone to, I don't know, fix your house, you need accommodation, you need, like, you know, things to make your situation more livable as a human, then, like, you can apply in the NDIS and get services and get, you know, get money, like get assistance from the government. And so there's lots of businesses that have set themselves up as NDIS service providers to fill in the gap. So, like, what are we hearing here? Can everyone just remember what we're talking about here? We're talking about the government has set something up and handed it over. Are you ready? To the market to administer. Just remember that for a second. Remember that, because you're going to hear claims from people like Sky News about all this sort of stuff where it's just like, oh, your government, you 10,000 public servants. And it's like, yeah, well, you know, they could have an army of government employees who are actually answerable. Like, you want to talk about fraud? Oh, let's get rid of fraud. It's like, you know, if you actually had this administered by government, like public servants, they would be accountable to corruption investigation. You could actually get them. You could get them all instantaneously, but we've left it up to the market, and people are acting exactly how you would expect. They are fucking playing the system. And so, like, we have this network out there across the nation, not just in fucking Lakemba, but across the nation, where people are really fucking taking the NDIS for a ride. And, like, these guys are exposing that. So let's have a look, shall we? Thank God for the free market. Is this prank in Australia? No, it's in Australia. But, like, I will argue, Razor, that this is in a very, very, very particular part of Australia only. Okay? Only. Tayguard's in the house. How you going? Yeah, because standing up to his old man shows how much of a man he is. Very tough. Very brave. Yeah, I was wondering, why post that? What the hell is going on? To the lowest building, contractors that provide parallel services, just NDIS participants, and that's where some of the contractors end up taking the piss. Basic summary. The NDIS isn't as bad as people make it out to be. It's pretty well organized now. Labor has really taken back control recently, and they've increased regulation around these companies. Every provider should have been made to register from the beginning. Currently, they're trying to roll it out, but a lot of providers aren't being held to the standards by any means. Can we watch Alvin getting yelled at? Also, Albo, LOL. If anything, they've over-regulated some things now. Yeah, Super Chat $2. This is where I grew up. Okay, good old St. Clair. Did I actually get a super chat? Oh my God, I did. I've hit the $2 target. All right. There it is. Fucking Far Right Fridays is paying for itself. Look at that. Hey, God damn. You legend. Wookie in the house. Thank you very much. They are doing huge refilms. I had to do information sessions pretty much every week while they were getting a handle on it. Alvin and the Chick Market. All right, I'm going to stop. I'm going to let this play so you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about. Wookie is a legend. Damn right.
Don't think to come to St. Clair. Don't think to come to St. Clair. Oh, you're going to be in trouble.
Can I ask
you
you a question?
No.
Is this a legitimate business?
Bro, get out.
Hey,
get out.
That's assault because this is my
That's
property.
That's assault.
Hey. She just broke the $800 glasses.
How many times we come here?
You broke my glasses.
I don't care whatever you're going to say.
You broke my glasses.
Yes, I don't care. I'm not going to speak to anyone.
Are you seeing this?
Out of here.
This is the NDIS, the National Disability
Insurance Scheme. The Western Sydney support worker is accused of stealing millions of dollars meant for disability services.
Now, this disability program has a bigger budget than the entire military of Australia. And what if I told you anyone with the pulse...
Is that fucking true? Has anyone fact checked that one? Do you mind? Like, I'm sorry. I know we're already 10 seconds deep, but I do want to fact check that one. Is that true? Does the NDIS in Australia have a larger budget than what is spent on defense? Yes, as of the latest budgets, NDIS is roughly the same size as, and in some years slightly larger than Australia's defense budget. NDIS, 48 to 52 billion a year. Defense, roughly 50 to 51 billion a year. Some projections, 2025 to 26, NDIS is slightly higher than defense spending. Where's the source? Sky News Australia. So good. What? Outrageous. No way. Fair enough. Fair enough. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Sky News, they'll know. They'll do the investigation for us. Thank you, Sky News. All right, back to it.
Can take advantage of that system. And here's exactly how it works. The Australian government uses taxpayers' money to help people who have a disability. However, the money does not go directly to the person with special needs. It goes to a grown-up who has made themselves worthy enough to take care of them. And then this provider is in charge of hiring
a grown-up? What is this guy, like 4? A grown-up? Goddamn grown-ups.
People to help the person with a disability. But what most people don't know is that they can use their power to abuse the system. This is Drew Pavlu, a political activist who's dedicated a lot of his time digging into the potential NDIS fraud in Australia. So why is it taking people like us to actually look into this? Like mainstream media doesn't look into it. You know, the government's obviously not looking into it. So like, why does it take people like us?
There's two things here, Pete. One of them is the fact that Australia has extremely weak freedom of speech protections. We don't have, for example, the First Amendment that the Americans have.
The man arrested for hate speech.
Meaning, if you make an allegation against,
NDIS is like 10 billion more. Wouldn't bother me if the government taxed our resources properly to pay for it. Morning, folks. Is this like childcare in the USA? Soft targets for their news. It is so, like we would just say, you know, the whole Nick Shirley thing, Woozle? Like this is Australia's Nick Shirley right here. But defense should be more than the NDIS. But on what grounds? Like just because I like the defense more than the NDIS? Like more than helping citizens? Like because we're at war? Or just because, you just, like defense should just be naturally more than helping people out? I guess that's the sentiment from that one. Of course people scan the systems. Look at the rich! Hey, remember that, please. It's going to the ability to protect the social services we have. Right. Fair enough.
An NDIS business, even if it's a truthful allegation, you can be sued into the ground through defamation. There's this whole industry in Australia, basically fraudulent defamation type lawsuits that are basically just designed to silence people and silence journalism. Especially for independent creators, it's literally crushing. If you want to do what Nick Shirley's doing in Minnesota, it's almost impossible here in Australia. If you get sued for defamation, even if it's a completely made up lawsuit, to defend it will cost $500,000 minimum.
So they'll bankrupt you, essentially. Now we have been targeted making this video. Originally, we had 17 hours of raw footage, which has now been condensed into a 50-minute video, all because of the legal threats we received from NDIS providers. We had to go through 5 different lawyers just to actually get this final video out, which is like what we've been dealing with. And
I wish to God that we had free speech in this country. We do not have free speech in Australia. There's no First Amendment here. So let's be very clear. This is a straight legal disclaimer. We are not making criminal allegations of fraud against anybody in this video. We are simply putting evidence on the table. We are asking people to look at the NDIS and draw their own conclusions.
And we do actually want to buy a Lamborghini after this. So we may actually start an NDIS actually.
Oh, the profits from the video, they're going into starting our own NDIS cleaning. We're going to start an NDIS cleaning business. Yeah, let's go.
Easy money from us.
Just like, that kind of Mr. Beastification of YouTube vibe coming out there. Bird Law 6969. I work in the NDIS sector. Over the past few years, they have been cracking down on these things. There's been some major change up recently with more to come. So the story goes. So we are hearing. I mean, just 5% budget on defense, like our allies, would be nice. But because why? Because Trump said you should increase it to 5%? Because that's what the world needs more of, right? War. Sorry, defense. Hey, we need a little bit more defense. There's not enough defense going on already. Destabilizing the global economy. Hey, not enough defense going around, that's for sure. What is it? We're engaging in defense at the moment, isn't Australia? Hey, we are engaging in collective defense by sending over our defensive resources to the UAE. Thank God we're protecting Australia's defense all the way over in the United Arab Emirates. Hey? Thank God. Bird Law, just thought it's worth noting that they do in fact crack down on these things. They just fly under the radar Hey, why? Because it's not good viewing? Maybe. Hey, just saying. Just saying. Turns out that if you slander people and put them in danger of doxing their workplaces, you face repercussions here. Believe it or not, there are bad people out there who will take what they can. We should have strong sovereignty and strong, well-funded defense force to defend Australia and Australians and their birthrights. Yes, believe it or not, there are bad people out there. Yes, like the US. Hey, tell me who else is out there invading other countries' dilemmas. Like, honestly. Like, who? Like, give me an example. China. Russia. Hey, am I right? I don't disagree. Easy money for us. Just say it out loud. Fuck, censored twice? What did you say, you rebel? Woozle? Why imagine this person saying something well known as if it was recent discovery to make what they're talking about seem like a global issue? That war is costing $2 billion a day. We also did our spending from 2% to 3%. So better, LOL. Yeah, it's better. It's better. Exactly. I just don't know why we can't keep up with the EU. Like, because what? Because like Trump said we need to spend 5%. Like everyone should spend 5% because the US doesn't want, like the US can't spend that much anymore because its system sucks now. They can't even compete with Russia and China and Iran. And so they're just like, well, fucking everyone else is going to have to start paying a lot more to buy our stuff, which is seeming to not work in Iran at the moment. And so we increase our spending to buy shitty stuff from the American to prop up their military industrial complex. It seems to be, you know, struggling. Like, it's not like we actually, like, look at what we've done with AUKUS. We spent all that money and we're not even going to get submarines. And so we're just literally, like, it's actually worse fraud than the NDIS. Like, at least the NDIS, these people who, like, fraud the system, like, some of them actually provide a service. But, like, when we buy subs of the US, they don't even give us subs. Like, fucking hell. Wait, did Dilemmas just do ease? Well, he's not wrong. We need to have that on the show. Well, he's not wrong. I printed the care places for the NDI, working in NDIS, out over 100. One was a dishonest lot and got busted. And in 100 years, it might be China and America's place. I still want a strong Australia. YouTube censorship is really on one today. Interesting. I wonder if it's the topic. I wonder if we've been like nabbed for Far Right Fridays and the censor comes out on a Friday. I posted a video about what I'm saying yesterday. The rich would rather be taxed than live in Mad Max. Interesting. Oh no, screw up. Screw what Trump says. We signed an agreement with our allies years ago to spend 5%. Okay. I wouldn't go by percentage. I go by capabilities, but that's just me. I wish I could remember what it's called. Oh, Nostalgia Enterprises in the house. How you going? Just signed in. This channel has the most original comparisons. Never heard the lamestream media compare the NDIS fraud to AUKUS fraud. But like, you know what I'm saying though, right? Like, we're actually getting fucked by AUKUS. Like, we spent all of this money apparently, and like, we're not even getting to get subs. Like, I'd be upset about that. Like, that's a waste of billions of dollars. Probably as much as Pete Z over here is exposed. $4.6 billion in fraud scheme. Come on. Come on. All right. If you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're new on Twitch, make sure you follow. You know what the score is. We're only 3 minutes in. It's 50 minutes, and I keep on interrupting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's do this.
Currently at Bankstown, where there's a bunch of NDISs in this one little suburb, little town here.
There's like literally 60 in like a 2-block radius.
Oh, also, look, they picked Bankstown for us. Who would have fucking thought?
So the amazing thing is this map is only registered providers, and apparently registered providers are only 6% of the total. So just think of this, right? Like, there are so many in this 5-block radius, and just think about, like, this is literally just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. So just in Lakemba alone, which is right next to Bankstown, there's 1,300 NDIS providers.
I'm just going to pick a random suburb in Sydney. Oh, Lakemba. Who would have thought? Eh? I wonder if Lakemba's getting any press at the moment for other reasons as well. Hey, Pauline?
And that means 1 in 13 people are currently running one. Think about how crazy that is. That to me is a potential misuse of our taxpayer dollars. There's literally 6 NDIS providers on this one sign. Why would there be this many NDISs in one building is the question. The first thing Drew and I did was check in with NDIS providers with government warnings to see if we could find anything suspicious. But honestly, we didn't get as
Are these Sydney guys? I think Drew's Sydney. I don't know what this guy's just like, he's a man of the world, old Pete said. He goes over and fights crime in India and in Hollywood, and now he's fighting crime in Sydney. So he's like, who the fuck knows what this guy's up to? He's a man of the world. I know Crimson Desert dropped today too. Pretty big game. So creators are uploading like crazy. Interesting.
far as we wanted to.
Just please leave.
How come you're not able to answer these questions about the...
Are you the owner? No, I'm not. You're not the owner.
All right, we're out of here, man.
No.
Have a good day.
No. You're not going until
You can't put... Bro, he's literally kidnapping me. Let me leave, yes.
No. Is the owner in here to talk to?
She's not here right now.
Not here right now?
Yeah.
We're just trying to investigate compliance notice and enforcement actions for the NDIS.
Please, I can speak.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is there a language we're able to interpret? What language? What's your main language that you speak?
She will call you. She will call you.
So is this her house or is this your house or house?
No, she will call you. I can't talk to her. I can't give any information, you know.
So I've heard out of the 7,000 tip-offs that have been received through the NDIS from participants, and there's only a certain amount of actual prosecutions that have happened. And do you know the amount?
16 prosecutions out of 7,000 tip-offs. 16. Not even 0.1% of cases reach the actual prosecution stage. The integrity chief of the NDIS told the Australian Senate that if every single case of fraud were to be prosecuted, the entire Australian legal system would collapse.
I can tell you now, there is not sufficient judiciary to process the cases we have in the pipeline in the country.
There are literally not enough judges to deal with the known cases of fraud emanating from the scheme. We're talking tens of billions of dollars.
It could also be possible that nobody's investigating the complaints because the Australian economy could collapse if the NDIS became more efficient. Like, some of the only jobs being created in Australia are NDIS jobs, and some of these NDIS jobs are...
If it became more efficient. So if we didn't have fraud, the Australian economy would die. Like, is that what... Are they actually claiming that? So at the same time as they're just like, isn't this disgusting? Here we are in Lakemba catching fraudsters. But at the same time, hey, the Australian economy is founded on fraudulent activity. You know, when these pricks go on their tirades and they attack China and the Iranian regime for being evil and corrupt, and it's all based on this idea that those societies over there are just decrepit and like they only work because people pay off and get into positions of power because of their devious activities. Well, like, they're openly admitting here that Australian society is potentially held together only by fraudulent activity. So, like, who's the real economy that is backed and solely held together by corruption? Apparently Australia. Apparently, eh? Chinese, eh? Not so evil and corrupt after all. Who would have thought? It's crazy that they say these things without thinking them through, honestly. Most of the companies that were committing fraud have been caught and shut down. Anyone in NDIS knows this, as we all work with these providers. It's such a weird claim. Like, it's an interesting claim for these two people to make out. Like, these, you know, like nationalist Australian types who think that, like, if they just nip this thing in the bud now, everything will be okay. But, like, at the same time, they're just like, the Australian economy will collapse if we don't allow this to continue. What a bind these people must be in. Like, what a fucking paradox they suffer from. A lot of the fraud is undelivered services. These services don't make money because they aren't people who need services. Without the fraud, people would actually be getting better care, LOL. Well, that's not the claim here. This is just Gen Z gotcha journalism made by edgelords to go viral. Hey, man, come on. Come on. Old Kanye West lover 69, slop streamer. Excuse me. Hey? I take my slop very seriously. How dare you? I'm not just a slop streamer. I am the bomb. I want big picture solutions. Yeah, well, fucking, so don't we all. So don't we all. Don't worry. I'm sure Drew and Pete Z are going to tell us the big picture solutions by the end of this Gen Z gotcha journalism. So good. I'm just trolling. Chill. Hey, I'm saying it. This is the best slop stream you will ever come across, all right? My partner had to fight 5 weeks to get a shower stool. It's not as easy as what people make it out to be. They're not wrong. They're not 100% wrong if your country isn't productive in exporting things and you're just passing around goods and services internally, ever increasing in prices. But okay, let's just say they're not wrong, though. What they're admitting is that they're going to basically they're going to effectively take out the Australian economy because of this investigation, because they want to LARP Nick Shirley and bring down the NDIS fraud. They're also inadvertently going to bring down the entire Australian economy. Like, which angle are we going for here? I'm just trying to be consistent. People forget that these services existed prior to NDIS, but were spread across industries and services. Now they are together under the NDIS umbrella. It looks massive, but none of this is new.
Cleaners, and we busted them on something big. How are you guys going to clean without any supplies? But we'll get to that later on. There's literally 9 different NDIS providers right there. See, this feels like to me a complete misuse of funding. When I search the ABN for one of the NDIS providers, it says invalid ABN. So they're giving $52 billion to every NDIS provider. And if our funds, the taxpaying dollars, aren't being used correctly and are being misused, then how does that make any sense? And how is that fair to every single person who pays taxes in this country? All the NDIS providers are linked directly to this address, and there's 9 of them, so very weird. It's currently 4 p.m. right now, so they're supposed to be open. Look, they're all locked. Welcome to 5-star community care. Bro, what the heck now? So this to this address, and there's 9 of them, so very weird. It's currently 4 p.m.
What does it say? Goal news when to send you exactly what you need. God knows? Is that what so he's Christian maybe? God knows when to send you exactly what you need. No, thank God. Thank God God's here. I wonder if God helps Nick Shirley in his investigations. Probably. Let's say so.
Right now, so they're supposed to be open. Look, they're all locked. Welcome to 5-star community care. Bro, what the heck is this? A Nick Shirley video? Holy crap. Look at the misspelling on this. It doesn't just say personal activities. It says personal activities and even accommodation at the bottom. Oh, and by the way, she also got a shout out from Paul Scar in the parliament. Even with all that misspelling and being a totally legitimate business, she still was able to get the highest praise in our government of Australia. Someone please explain to me how we have a bunch of businesses making money, but are all closed. So this is Born 2 Care. And no one seems to be inside. They're all completely closed and they're supposed to be open. So these are all allegedly receiving funds from the government directly. From our tax-paying dollars, we're funding 9 different NDISs. And I'm just curious, and like, how is it possible that they have them all in one single building?
Like, I'm not seeing the gotcha, Gen Z gotcha-ism here. Like, oh my God, there's 9 of them and they're all in the same building. Who would have thought that people conglomerate services, like especially medical things? Like, have you not seen medical staff, professionals, outlets conglomerate together and feed off each other like a little fucking ecosystem? But like, I guess we'll find out what the gotcha is. I got them. They're all in the same area. Oh, sorry, talking full Aussie economy reform if NDIS truly underpins everything like they claim. So it's like, so this is like vibe journalism, I guess. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it is Timu Shirley stuff. We might find something good in here. G'day, gang. Heidi in the house. How you going? Have these people heard of working from home? And also, these businesses aren't funded by the government. They need participants to actually receive funding. You don't just get funding for owning an NDIS.
There's a bunch of different NDIS providers all in this one area. Hello, how are you? I'm trying to find All Care, NDIS. Yes, are they open or? Yeah,
I wasn't sure there.
my brother's currently being diagnosed with autism, so I'm trying to find him some services through an NDIS. But is this all under the same person, all these NDISs?
That's a different company, we're a different company, they're a different company.
Why are you guys all in the one spot?
This particular one, rent is cheaper, I guess.
Ah, okay. And so you're all just opened in this one.
I got him. I knew it.
Do you know if they're open?
Rent's cheaper. God, I knew it.
Or they're not open?
You have to give them a clue.
All of them are NDIS providers, and what I don't understand is if you're opening up an NDIS, why would you have them all right next to each other? It's like having 9 different McDonald's in the same exact spot. Like, Tell me how that makes any sense.
It's the worst analogy he could think of. Like, why didn't he say like having 9 hairdressers or something in one spot? Like, you wouldn't put 9 McDonald's next to each other, you fucking idiot. Come on. It's not even trying anymore. So Doge found no fraud, waste, and abuse. Doge was the fraud, waste, and abuse. Been watching the depositions. Do these Australian copycats have a plan to destroy us like the US? Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. Because medical providers work together? No. 9 McDonald's work together and they become super Maccas.
At all. I think we definitely need to go back there because look at this. Many of these businesses don't even have registered domains like born2care.com.au. This site can't be reached. Also, when you go to bigworks.com.au, the SSL certificate has actually expired. And you want to know what it says? Your connection is not private. Attackers might be trying to steal your information from www.bigworks.com.
My town has 5 real estate agent companies in the same street. Must be a scam. I also get a psychologist that works in a building with other private psychologists. It's definitely a scam. Get out of there. Get out of there.
Yes. Another great potential legitimate business. We just got to clap again for that. So when you think about it, there's all these NDIS providers in this one building, and they don't even have phone numbers connected.
Calling is not available. Please leave a message and I will get back.
No answer. They don't have their websites registered, which to register a domain takes a few minutes. It's not like some technical issue. In my opinion, this is either extreme incompetence or something sketchy is going on here.
Welcome to the National Disability Insurance Agency.
Hi, Anne. I'm actually calling because I'm trying to get some NDIS services for my brother. And I was wondering, because I found a very good NDIS, but the thing is their ABN's not telling me if they're registered or not. So I was wondering, are you able to check that?
Yeah.
Now, for all the people that don't know what an ABN is, it's an 11-digit number that proves a business officially exists.
Can I please have the ABN number?
Yep, 9561.
So yeah, I can see that it is there and they are registered.
Okay, so does that mean that they receive funding through the government, right, for the services?
Yes.
Would you find it strange, right, if I've been there pretty much most days and their doors are locked
the way
every
they
single
say
day
it, an NDIS, it's fucking killing me.
during staff hours? Do you think that that's strange?
If the provider keeps the door locked all days, you mean all weekdays?
Yeah, so no staff, you literally don't see any clients, nothing.
That is a bit weird, yeah.
Okay, so I'm back after 7 days, during staff hours again, right? So I'm here at 12 in the afternoon. We're gonna see if the doors are still locked. We're gonna see if there's staff inside, and then we're gonna ask them questions. Okay, so this still has a lock. So this NDIS provider is Born2Care. I don't know if anyone is inside or... I don't think there's anyone actually inside of here at all. It's currently 12 in the afternoon and they're not here, literally. The door's locked again. Like, where are these guys?
That's so good. How long is this street? Oh, I'd say about 5.5 NDISs. Oh, that's so good.
This is 5-star community care inside here. Wait, is that a person hiding?
Oh, she's hiding.
Hello. Do you know why their doors are locked if they're supposed to be open? Never mind. Is anyone even in here? Hello. Hi, I'm trying to get some NDIS services here for my brother. And I was just wondering, are you guys open currently, providing services? Yes, or? We are. Oh, nice, okay. Yeah, because I was just checking here. And I've seen that there's multiple like NDIS providers in here, but I've come 2 times now and all of them are closed down. No one is inside.
No, we are open. They're open. We're open.
Yeah.
They're open as well. So I'm sure you come close to business days.
No, I've come on open days and no one's been here.
So we're open from 8 to 4.
Yeah, I came. I came during the day and no one was here. So what about like those NDIS providers?
They are open. They are open and operating.
They've not been, no, I know they're open, but the other 2 are not open. I came last time, they're not open.
We're not responsible for them.
Yeah, I'm not saying you are. Yeah, I'm not saying you are at all. I'm literally here to ask questions, so.
And look,
yeah.
yes,
I'm just here to ask the questions.
Yes. We're operated and...
Just rock up to an office. May I please have one NDIS? That's so good. So good. Where are the people in the NDIS office, huh? Workers out caring for participants, maybe? I don't know. I mean, you should have someone at least answering a phone if they're not in the office. Yeah, look, fair enough. Wouldn't they go visit people in their homes? All our workers' compensation return to work services are also outsourced. Women of color lock stores in frequently used areas, and a white guy is sus. I wonder why people lock doors.
Yes,
That's good, yeah.
I think you shouldn't be going around reporting people. That's not very nice.
No, that's not what I'm doing. So this is like within, obviously, public's interest. I want to know if the NDIS providers are actually running the services that they say they're providing.
Well, we are.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't go around filming people. Well, I'm not. This is in the public interest. Thank God he's prosecuting. Hey, what is the public interest? It's a very interesting statement. I'll tell you this much. I worked in government for long enough to know it's very difficult to decide. It actually gets thrown around in the courts all the time. So hard to define what the public interest is. But don't worry. Pete Zed over here has taken it upon himself as our shining knight, our white knight, and he's defending the public interest. That's why he's filming this woman. That's his response. I'm doing this in the public interest. Fair enough. Hey, checkmate, bitch. You don't like being filmed? Huh? This is the public interest. Yeah.
If the NDIS providers are actually running the services that they say they're providing.
Well, we are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No, and that's why I wanted to ask you questions.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you.
Yeah. But what about those two that haven't been open once?
Maybe you should contact them. I think that's what you should do. Get in contact with them there. They do have a phone number.
Calling is not available.
So reach out to them and just see.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so you got no comment. You haven't seen those other two or anything?
What you should do is to get in contact with them.
Yeah. But have you seen them around in the last few weeks?
You should get in contact with them.
So you haven't seen them around?
You should get in contact with them. I think that's what you should do.
But doesn't that worry you?
Ask her again, bro. Ask her the same question just one more time, just in case she gives you a different answer. Let's go.
There's two NDISs that no one's inside. I don't get it.
I think what you should do is send them an email, get in contact with them, but we're not them.
Why are they not open though? I don't get it.
Like I said, we're not them. I think you should get in contact with them and send an inquiry.
Yeah. But
thank you.
Have you seen them around?
They do come around. Yeah, but I think what you should do is get in contact.
Yeah. When was the last time you saw them?
Look, I'm going to leave it here.
Okay. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you very much. Hey, at least she was, she seemed maybe genuine. But these guys here, All Care Supports, they weren't here last time either. They're not even open right now. I'm actually going to call NDIS and make a report on those two NDIS providers that are running, that I've been to twice, actually 3 times, and not one person, not one staff has been in there. If you're an NDIS provider... Despite
our jest, it is literally Temu Shirley slop made to catch views. So like you're saying, like what I'm getting there from that dilemma to like this guy actually doesn't give a shit about the NDIS. This is just like, oh my God, Nick Shirley did something like this with the Leering Center in Minneapolis. I could do that here. I just need something. And someone's like, why don't you do the NDIS? He's like, God damn, that's genius. We're going to do the NDIS. So like he has absolutely no venture. So what did he say? He's doing this in the public interest. Are you suggesting, Dilemmas, that Temu Shirley over here doesn't care about the public interest? That's outrageous. Watch out. Defamation suit coming, Dilemmas. No, he doesn't give a crap. He's trying to cash in on the Shirley niche. Damn, savage. Here I thought that we'd hit Australia's finest investigative journalists. And you're breaking my heart here, Dilemmas. She gave him the perfect response. She doesn't want to be used to spread disinformation, misinformation. But yeah, 100%. Until I saw the NDIS in the title when it popped up, I actually thought it was Shirley. Also need to remember that these are people who work with vulnerable people. Lots of the job advocacy for clients' rights, and you are bound by privacy laws, so you have to be careful about info. Fair enough. What was the public interest classed as when I was a kid? Honest question, because they fight it in courts, but I remember not being told lies once upon a time. So that's the thing. It's really, really an amorphous. Like, how do you pin down what the public interest is? Like, there are definitions of it in various pieces of legislation, but they fight over the interpretation of what the public interest is. So doing something in the public interest originally just meant that it would actually have to have a societal benefit beyond just private interest. So like usually people start a business, let's say, and like, they want to provide, I don't know, a service or for a gap in the market. But like if by doing business, they're also going to affect like, neighbors, or they're going to pollute the environment, or they're going to block access for members of the public or pedestrians from being able to get somewhere now because of opening that business, then like it needs to provide, it needs to not detract from society somehow. That is usually how you would measure the public interest. But like, it's really hard shit to define, honestly. So difficult. But like him filming someone and asking them the same question 20 times, that's the public interest right there. You really want to know, Woozle? It's this guy right here. You might need to explain Mark Rackers, aka Upton Sinclair. Yeah, I wonder if people know about Mark Rackers and stuff like that. These are people that were in America and like exposing, you know, massive corporations that were like doing really underhanded stuff. Big American companies. They were like what, turn of the century, right? 4AS, like early 20th century and stuff. And they like exposed the meat packing industry in New York for like selling rotten meat to people. They investigate this stuff and like they not shut down industries, but like they affect entire industries so much that like the government has to like bring in whole scale regulation to control an entire industry. So the muckrackers. This guy's he's a muckracker. Yeah, he's our modern day muckracker. There it is. Right there.
Tell me how that makes any sense that I've come here 3 times and not seen them once. It's a very strange place. Holy crap. All right, Drew.
God bless. God bless. And we'll be back in 7 days, and it'll be very powerful.
Yeah.
Hold down the fort.
Yeah.
And
here we go.
Never give in.
Here we go. I'm going to see you, Drew, in 7 days.
See you in 7 days. God bless.
Yeah.
Stay strong. Hold down the fort.
Guys, I'm driving right now, but we just received a massive breakthrough from an insider that currently works with the NDIS. Holy freaking hell. This is what we needed.
Hello, I got one NDIS client. They actually only pay by the hour, and it is a minimum 2 hours. So if I'm there for 10 minutes, I'm getting paid 2 hours. It is so easy to exploit. I think it's like $56 an hour or something like that.
What?
And I look after 2 girls. Where my invoices go is a company called Plan Partners, and they've also got a manager. Her name's Summer. So there's this pyramid of people underneath. Right, so they share this unit. Now, their plan manager was saying to me, oh, well, because they both receive NDIS, you can charge double for what I'm doing.
What?
Are you with me?
Yeah, I am with you, yeah.
Right, and I'm like, no. Like, I know I'm ripping them off, right? I'll be honest. I've even said to Plan Partners, you know I'm not there for 3 hours, don't you? And they're like, oh, yeah, but it doesn't matter, you know, because we can't break it down to, because I said to them, can't we break one of these hours? Like, can't I put in, you know, a half hour?
Yeah.
They don't do it. Their computer can't handle it.
So they're basically promoting for you to say, oh yeah, I was there for 3 hours, even though you weren't actually there.
I bill them for 3 hours every single week. It's a whole pyramid scheme, right?
She also gave me actual invoices as proof as to what was happening behind closed doors. This isn't just no ordinary defrauding of the system. This is cleaners who go to a participant's house, get the participant to sign off on them cleaning their house, but really in reality, they didn't actually do the job. So for instance, they only did 30 minutes at this participant's house, but they put 3 hours, which then made them $162.21. The most vulnerable people are getting taken advantage of.
I love the cha-ching soundboard stuff. It's so good. You think these blokes are going to go all Whitney Webb and do deep dives for years and years because they care so much? After a few months, they will move on. But also, I know there's fraud. Yeah, they're definitely not Whitney Webb. That's for sure. God love Whitney Webb, eh?
We have the evidence of the invoice we got sent, but if I'm being honest with you guys, I do not trust myself. Like, that's just me being honest. So we're gonna go to an NDIS plan management company and go and speak to the head boss, who's been in the industry for over 10 plus years. Now think about this, 30 minutes cleaning is being done on a participant's house, and they're charging for 3 hours on an invoice. So the big question is it actually allowed under the NDIS policy to charge a minimum amount of hours for cleaning a participant's home, or is this just a myth to overcharge innocent, vulnerable people? This is my mother. Yeah, g'day. If there was a cleaner, right?
Dude, he's fucking Nick Shirley. This is Aussie Nick Shirley. Like, didn't Nick Shirley just like go around with his mum, like interviewing people at the start? I'm sure he's got a whole crew of people now. But it was just Shirley and mum hanging out, doing interviews with people, doing the hard interviews. He's Nick Shirley for sure. He must realize this. Timu Shirley. I've actually worked as a coordinator too, and I know those exist, but still odd not to have outside contracts available for other family members or contacts who might not have those numbers. Not saying 100% evidence, but or fraud either. Just weird. This guy might be an immigrant. For all we know, he's undercover. Hey, wait a minute. Were you even born here? Get him. Oh man.
Cleaning a room like this.
Yes.
How long do you think it would take normally?
It's
for
not a
people
big
to clean?
room. That looks like it's like 6, 7 square meters.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that long. What's your view on it?
Like 30 minutes? Like
again, I'm not a cleaner, but it shouldn't take long. Yeah. What are they charging you?
Well, this is interesting.
Yeah. Let's
so
have a look and see.
we have invoices of that they're saying it takes to clean at 100.
Service date. So let's.
Yeah. So there's quite a few invoices that are showing.
Right, and he'll do a discussion with Aussie Andrew Callahan and get absolutely destroyed. I don't know, Farias. Shirley did clap back and got Channel 5. He got Andrew. Got him good.
Who's doing what, but it's possible they're taking the piss.
Yeah.
That would be my view if it was me.
Yeah.
And Mum, if I was you, I'd be going, what are they doing?
Do you guys know Plan Partners?
Yeah, they're big.
I then explained to him that a whistleblower told us they do 30 minutes of work, but are required to bill 2 hours because they say the system that a whistleblower told us they do 30 minutes.
Have you watched this, Spandonk? Have you watched the whole thing? Who's watched this whole video before? These are, just remember that. Just remember this scene, okay? These are the cleaners in that room that he's talking about engaging. And he's got them on camera. Just remember this.
Minutes of work, but are required to bill 2 hours because they say the system won't allow them to do.
Do you know what I'm talking about? He's caught them in the place. He's got them on fucking camera.
Less.
They're telling them to inflate them.
Yeah.
They should not be doing that because...
Allegedly, anyway, yeah. But that's...
Why are they telling that? Because that's not a big job. Like, they can only charge for what they do. But you shouldn't be telling them to inflate. We would be... Yeah, shut that down. On the face of it, it looks a bit sketchy.
So at this point, we have a legit testimony from an employee. A real document that was provided to us showing $10,000 of invoices. We even spoke to NDIS providers who told us this is wrong, but we need to see this for ourselves to fully build this case. So let's set up a sting operation. The whistleblower obviously sent me that photo of the participants' unit. This looks pretty much the same size. So if they clean for 30 minutes, then they put 2 hours, they are completely lying, and that is against the NDIS rules. And imagine how many people could allegedly, potentially be doing this. So just put the math together. Think about it. $52 billion of taxpayers' money is going into the NDIS program. Now, where is that money going, you ask? Well, let's frickin' find out. Is it...